All right, there we go. Can you hear me now? I do believe we have sound now. All right. We're going without the headphones. Okay, guys. Good evening, and welcome to a special edition of These Are the Times. Everybody is chit chatting about the new $600 limit. And yes, it's been a huge jump from 10,000 to $600. So, all right. I won't leave you all in suspense. Before I got going here a minute ago, before the mic decided it wasn't going to work on the headset, I had said, there's something that happened in 2015 that paved the way to kind of help all of this transitioning fall right into place. So, without further ado, here's where we are. Coming in January 2022, there will be a new reporting amount that will trigger the IRS to look into your accounts. Now, they say it's not, don't fear it, guys, because it's not about policing the little guys. It's to make sure that the big fish are paying their taxes correctly and reporting all of their income and not hiding anything. So, what all does this whole new shebang allow them to do? Well, it gives the IRS power to monitor all accounts holding $600 or more. Yes, you heard me. So, if your bank account hits $600, they can start monitoring it if they so choose. But it's not about the little guys. It also allows them to monitor $600 transactions or more on any funds transferring app. And it must be reported now. Okay. All right. Now, I find this quite interesting because the Fourth Amendment clearly states and prohibits law enforcement agencies from conducting unreasonable search and seizures. And the IRS is, in essence, an enforcer of law. So are we just taking a page out of all of 2020 and all of 2021, and we're just going to continue to keep violating constitutional rights and amendments? Just asking for myself and all of my friends. Interesting, though, where are they going to get the manpower to collect all of this data and analyze it? Well, glad you asked. In 2017, the IRS entered into contracts with 4 private collection agencies. Now, they ended up dropping one of them, but effective September 23rd, 2021, so this year, the IRS can assign your inactive tax debts to one of 3 companies, which are privately owned. They are CBE Group Incorporated out of Iowa. Now, the states are important. Listen. The second is Coast Professional Incorporated out of New York. And the third is called Conserve. It is also out of New York. Here's the big question, though, and this is a really important question. Do these companies fall under private obligations or governmental obligations? Now, I know some of you are like, what the heck does that even mean? Well, private means companies, when they're private, they have freedom to restrict or run their business however they see fit. Government, though, they're obligated to protect rights, which they haven't been. But either way, government obligation means they have to protect rights. They are bound by a bunch of different laws, checks and balances, plain and simple. So, to give you a perfect example, it's always been common practice. You would never receive a phone call from the IRS. But now you will receive phone calls and robocalls from one of 3 companies if your debt is assigned to them. Interesting, to say the least. But private debt collection being used for government purpose, it's actually going to cost the Treasury more money than they're going to bring in. Did, has anyone thought about that? We have to pay these companies to sit there and police and analyze all this data. Someone has to pay for it. They're not going to recoup near the amount they're going to have to pay out. But hey, here we go. Doesn't matter because I'm getting to it because in 2015, this is when it all came to be. Who remembers the FAST Act? You know, Fixing America's Surface Transportation Act. Now, a lot of people, when I say this, are going to be like, Obama, but well, it goes through a chain of humans that you all elected to represent you in order to get it to his desk for him to sign it. But the FAST Act, hidden within it, the bill ordered, and that's a key word, ordered the IRS to use private debt collection companies. Who ordered them? Congress did. The vote was 359 to 65 in the House of Representatives, 83 to 16 in the Senate. Here's where it gets really interesting. So basically, an overwhelming majority voted for the FAST Act bill, which had hidden in it, let me repeat that the IRS would use private debt collection companies. Now, it's interesting enough because guess what? The states that I mentioned earlier that those three companies are from, Iowa and New York, their senators on both sides of the aisle, didn't matter which side they were from. All, yes, Iowa and New York, all voted for the FAST Act. It cleared the Senate floor and Obama signed it into effect the very next day. So you wonder where the manpower is going to come from for them to do all this policing of, not the little people, the big fish. Well, thank the 2015 FAST Act. There you go. It started there. Who would have thunk it, right? I know. And then in 2017, they entered into contracts with privately owned corporations to police. So why the drastic amount change? I mean, they never do anything this drastically. It's always in increments. But we went from $10,000 transactions to 600 and $20,000 transactions in fund transferring apps to 600. Is this an act of desperation? Or are you acting, government, without any fear of any impactful discourse? Which one is it? Or are you running shorter in time for whatever it is that you've been trying to implement and get into place? So now you're just like, we're already in an upheaval. Might as well just do it. Which one is it? We the people would like to know. At least this we the people would love to know. And I mean, if this isn't about policing the little guy, then where are all the extra manpower and people to watch the accounts that move money offshore? Because let's be real, I don't think billionaires are sitting around cash apping money to anyone. But I do know, and you know it too, that they sit around and they have accounts here, there, and everywhere that cannot be touched by the United States government. They can't ever be looked at, seized, pulled, or anything. So if we're policing the big fish, where's the manpower to police that? In my opinion, the IRS is nothing more than the strong arm for the Federal Reserve banking system in America. Prove me wrong.